know this feeling in my head. Wish it was happiness instead. But like the monster in my bed, its eyes are glowing red, and it's telling me that I am nothing good but what is new. That every single thing I do is mediocre, yeah, it's true. These mediocre blues, 'cause everything is mediocre. Or is it in my head? You really think it's cool, but you're looking like a fool. I hate before it's even over. Or is it in my head? I wish that I could see it through. Wish I finished what I do. Even when I'm blue, it's mediocre too. Like the sadness knows I'm new. And even when I'm blue, feel like I do it wrong, like I could be farther gone. Even when I'm blue, it's mediocre too. Like the sadness knows I'm new. And even when I'm blue, feel like I do it wrong, like I could be farther gone. I don't know this feeling in my head. Wish it was happiness instead. But like the monster in my bed, its eyes are glowing red, and it's telling me that I am nothing good but what is new. That every single thing I do is mediocre, yeah, it's true. These mediocre blues, 'cause everything is mediocre. Or is it in my head? You really think it's cool, but you're looking like a fool. I hate before it's even over. Or is it in my head? I wish that I could see it through. Wish I finished what I do. Even when I'm blue, it's mediocre too. Like the sadness knows I'm new. And even when I'm blue, feel like I do it wrong, like I could be farther gone. Even when I'm blue, it's mediocre too. Like the sadness knows I'm new. And even when I'm blue, feel like I do it wrong, like I could be farther gone. I've been looking for another way. We are stuck inside our feelings for the old place. Let's pretend that it don't matter where we will go. I've been longing for the new phase, new days. Get it out of sight, I want it out of my mind. I've been up all night, this feeling got me losing truth. Too afraid to take the stand, but you make me wanna take a chance. Can we go out running? I can see the sunlight through the palm trees. Do you hear it coming? Make it feel like nothing can defeat me. And ooh, 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 everything I do makes me wanna move. I don't get it, can you tell me who has this feeling too? Maybe it's been you. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's been you. So why would I not get you right out of this place? We'll move out and I will embrace. But first let's get it out of sight, I want it out of my mind. I've been up all night, this feeling got me losing truth. Too afraid to take the stand, but you make me wanna take a chance. Wanna take a chance, let me take a chance. So can we go out running? I can see the sunlight through the palm trees. Do you hear it coming? Make it feel like nothing can defeat me. And ooh, 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 everything I do makes me wanna move. I don't get it, can you tell me who has this feeling too?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. How's it going? Sorry, I'm just like buzzing because I went out to run some chores and errands and came back with a little spooky haul. Which though, apparently, I've been asking. I asked you guys what we should do, if I should show and tell all the spooky stuff as I acquire it, or if we have it happen all at once. And the majority of the people want one big spooky haul. So I'm assuming, because I have ordered, I have a TK Maxx order and a Hobbycraft order on its way. Hobbycraft's been dispatched. TK Maxx hasn't yet. I have a couple things from Next I need to pick up. But I'm hoping maybe by the end of the week, everything will be acquired. So that means next week, aka officially spooky season, October, we can do a spooky haul stream. And we'll just have the entire stream dedicated to me just showing you all of the spooky shit that I've bought. I will, though, say later, as a treat, maybe, as a precursor, because we can't go full spooky haul yet. I do have something to show you, and maybe later on in stream we can try to convince. I bought Shadow a Halloween costume. I couldn't help myself. It's also Velcro, so I figured it'll actually fit him, unlike some of the sweaters and things I've tried in the past. It was either between a pumpkin or a spider, but I figured the spider would kind of get lost on him since he's a big black dog. Though it would be fun to see him walking around with multiple legs. But we'll see. He's currently down here, so maybe later we can try to put this on him and see how he feels about it. But yeah, so that'll be the sneak peek. But yes, I'm hoping next week, officially October, all of the things I acquire or am acquiring will have arrived. So then we can jump right into Spooky Haul. Also, too, I think this weekend, obviously, because this weekend it then will be October, I'm going to get out the existing Halloween decorations. To be fair, I don't think much on this stream space will change because there's already, like, spooky autumnal things happening on here. But the rest of the house will spookify. Maybe we can do, like, from this chair little spook tour or something. But yeah, so honestly, the saving grace is that Poundland has their, no, I don't know if it's all of it, but they do have their Halloween stuff out. Because part of the reason I ended up venturing out today, I've been a busy ghoulie today. I finally did yesterday too. I was also being very, very busy. Oh my goodness! Binge Bear, hello, my Aussie friends. It is stupid o'clock in the morning where you are, but I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a fabulous time. I hope things are great. Unless you're not my Aussie friends, I can't remember, but either way, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Stream just started, baby. So I'm in a very good mood because I did just get back from grocery shopping, but also from buying Halloween decor and stuff. So I'm buzzing right now. But yes, I hope you are having a great day. What have you been working on? What's going on? How are you? What game were you playing if you were gaming? What thing were you working on if you were crafting? Whatever it was, I want to know. Yeah. I was just talking about how so originally, the reason I had to go and leave the house, it is the best. It honestly, it's kind of what I live and breathe for. It's the like one sort of holiday that's not focused on family. It's not focused on like joy. So even if you're in like a shitty sort of depressy, angsty, grumpy mood, you can like still get spooky. If anything, like that almost is like on brand for the holiday. You know what I mean? Like there's no pressure And also you get to like experiment with, like, let's say you've always wanted to try something different. You can use that as inspiration for a Halloween costume. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so good and wonderful. A spooky diamond art painting. Ooh, tell me more. What is so spooky about it? I love that. Oh, don't tell me they do spooky ones. I might need to invest once I finish my Starry Night one, which I was working on the other day, actually. And I worked on this weekend. We finally flipped a page. This is a new section here. It's feeling good. I'm buzzing right now, guys, if you can't tell. Just a land of pumpkins. That's amazing, though. Oh, it's so funny you mentioned that, because I just finished telling everybody that I bought my dog a pumpkin Halloween costume. So later we might see if he'll let me put it on him and he tries it on. We'll see, though. He's currently sleeping on the floor right now. I might have to tempt him with many Treatos to make this a viable option for us. But we'll see. It comes with a little headband. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. But yes, so remember my whole Ziffits, DPD suck, pain in my ass, whatever, right? So I finally, yesterday, spent my time rescanning all my stuff, packaging them all up, and I did the drop-off option, which is perfect because the drop-off option is actually down the road from the charity shop that we donate stuff to. So I managed to kill two birds with one stone. I donated a bag of charity stuff. I dropped off my Ziffits boxes, and then I needed to go to Pets at Home to get stuff for Shadow, and that's how I acquired said pumpkin costume. I needed to go to Hobbycraft because even though I already did a Hobbycraft order yesterday that is currently en route, some of the stuff I wasn't able to purchase for delivery, which was weird, but some of the stuff was saying that it was in stock at my local one. So I was like, cool, we're gonna go do that. One of the things was they had a bundle on like disposable cups, plates, and napkins that were like Halloween spooky themed. But it was kind of annoying because all of them, like as a bundle, each item was a different amount. So for instance, you got 8 cups, you only got 6 plates, but then you got like 12 napkins. So to do the math on like how many things you would need for a party, you'd have to like kind of go with the ones you got the lowest number of. And obviously Hobbycraft isn't like the cheapest. So I was fully like, okay, we're gonna go do this. But then there is a Poundland right next to the Hobbycraft, and they had signage saying that their Halloween stuff was in stock. So before I went to Hobbycraft, I was like, let me take a little peeky peek at what's going on in there. Yeah, it is, definitely. And so I went into into Poundland, sorry, which is, for anybody who's outside of the UK, that is the dollar store. I still think it's hilarious, even though I'm aware that the pound is what the currency here is. Anyway, and then they had a bunch of stuff, and they had spooky themed disposable plates, cups, and napkins, and they all came in packs of 10 for £1. So that was ultimately cheaper. So I think I ended up spending, and then they had a bunch of stuff too. Basically, my penchants for like little cute spoopy ghosts a la Phantasma right here is gonna grow. That's all I'm gonna say. So I picked up a bunch of other little things, but then I think like the number of stuff I picked up at Poundland ended up coming up to less than like £30, and easily if I had gotten that same amount of stuff at Hobbycraft, it easily would have been over 50 quid. So I'm feeling fabulous. I feel like I saved money even though I spent a bunch, but it was cheaper than it could have been. And then I went to the grocery store, which isn't as fun, but you know. Oh, actually though, it was fun because even though Sainsbury's doesn't have their Halloween stuff out yet, they have like Halloween outfits. And so they have like kids pajamas and dresses and like things like that, and t-shirts and whatever. And Halloween themed leggings. So I got two pairs of leggings. I got one that has like little bats, like silver bat. No, I think the gold ones have bats on them. And then another pair have like silver spider webs and spiders and stuff on them. And I'm like, necessary. I think you will all agree that it was necessary that I procure both of the Halloween themed leggings with which to wear throughout the spooky season. Okay. I think I'm done ranting and raving about what the hell happened over the last, 2 hours. Okay, I'm also very warm. It's, the weather was supposed to rain today and be all cold and spoopy, but it's decided to be super hot and sunny, which is rude. I'm also drinking kombucha, which I don't think is going to contribute to me being wired, but who knows, maybe. We'll see. Okay, take a deep breath, Tasha. Also, while we're working on this today, aside from the fact that I promised my mother I would finish it before November, so we have a month left to work on this. On Friday, the reason we didn't have any stream is because Liam and I went to go see Joe Hisaishi, aka the composer of Hayao Miyazaki's Studio Ghibli films, in concert. I don't know if you can see here, there's a tiny little VIP lanyard thingy that we acquired. We basically, our friend of the stream, Aurora, she had bought these tickets ages ago. I guess they were something that was bought in the pandemic, but it got rescheduled twice. So first it got rescheduled in 2020 because duh, and then I guess in 2022 it got rescheduled because Joe actually got COVID, and so now finally this is happening. But unfortunately, because their son currently is he's currently recovering from hip surgery, from hip dysplasia, so they were like, oh, we're not gonna be able to go. Do you want these tickets? You're also super big Ghibli stans. And I was like, absolutely, thank you so much. This would be incredible. So it was incredible. It was very interesting though. It was primed for people watching, because obviously this was a symphony, right? There was a full-on orchestra, the violins, the percussion, the piano, all that kind of stuff, right? And so and it's classical music. So usually when people are going to the symphony, if you will, it's quite a classy affair. People dress up quite fabulously, if you will. And so there was a minute where I was oh shit, I wore something nice, but I was a bit concerned oh, maybe I'm totally underdressed. And Liam was worried about that too, because he was meeting me from work. But then we get there, and of course, right, it's the gambit of what people were wearing was so varied, because there were a few people that were we're going to the symphony, so we're dressed up to go to the symphony. Everyone else was Ghibli stans, right? So they were wearing their Studio Ghibli t-shirts. Some of them were even cosplaying. I think I saw 2 Sophie cosplays. I saw some guy wearing a Howl jacket. I saw 2 people came in Totoro onesies. And then, yeah, a lot of people were just wearing graphic tees and stuff that had their Studio Ghibli. There was a girl who had leggings on that were all the different Ghibli characters. I saw different tattoos. I saw a Totoro tattoo. I saw Haku in his dragon mode from Spirited Away tattoo. So that was really fun. It was very fun people watching, because you could see the stands, the Ghibli stands. Oh, there was actually 2 people. There was one little girl and then one adult that I saw doing Kiki cosplay. So from Kiki's Delivery Service, the little girl had a red bow headband and a little black dress and was carrying a Gigi doll. It was honestly adorable. But yeah, so that was really fun. The only thing that was kind of confusing though is because they said that the concert, the doors opened at 6, but they didn't tell you when the show started. And so usually on a ticket, it'll be doors open at this time, show starts at this time. So it was very weird, because Liam and I got there kind of early just to kind of make sure. But I think I'm glad that we did, because then we were able to get some merch. There wasn't a whole lot, but we got some stuff, because again, we wanted to pick stuff up for Aurora since she wasn't able to go. And so, yes, we did a little bit of that. But then also, too, we had what were called VIP tickets. So we had to get there between 6 and 7:30 to collect our VIP package that came with a VIP lanyard and a print. And I thought the print was maybe a print from a still from one of the movies, some limited edition, maybe a signed thing or whatever. It was just a big print version of the poster that's on this like VIP lanyard. Oh, someone's dreaming. And the VIP lanyard like didn't really grant us anything, so people were really confused. We saw this like mother daughter that were like talking to security, being like, we have VIP tickets, and there's all these like, because if you're like part of Sky, there's a Sky VIP lounge, there's like an Amex VIP lounge, and so I think people sort of thought like, oh, because we have something that says VIP on it, that means we're entitled to like a VIP space. But I don't think that was the case. So we went to go see Aurora on Sunday and like tell her all about it and give her gifts and stuff like that, and she was kind of like, oh, that wasn't like as, you know what I mean, like the VIP experience wasn't nearly as VIP, because I guess years ago they got VIP experience for Cirque du Soleil, and you got like food and drinks and got like an area with like special seating and all this kind of stuff, and it was like, nah dude, we got a poster and a smaller poster on a lanyard, and that was it. But that was irrelevant to us. Like, it was more just about going to the show itself, and it was so good. It was so good. They were like playing all the hits, all the classics, and then they would alternate between zooming in on like the actual orchestra and them playing and stuff, and then also showing like parts or clips from the actual films that they were like playing the songs from. So it was really fun seeing like the audience reaction to when a song would change. So they would go to start a new song. Before the song would start, the screen would show like the Japanese title sequence of the movie they were about to play the score from, and like gasps in the audience throughout. They were like, oh my god, like there were all these different moments where people got so excited. The other thing too that I thought was really interesting, and it honestly blew my mind, because when we got there, we were sat like literally right in front of the stage. It was nuts. But obviously like the main person that you're kind of there is the conductor, right? And so there's the conductor podium, but in front of the conductor podium was a grand piano, and I said to Liam, like, that's kind of weird that there's something like obstructing the conductor stand. And obviously they had like cameras and stuff following everybody around, so you could see, they would do close-ups on like Joe's face as he's conducting and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, that's very interesting. And then oh, thank you for the 3 months, Pobakis. Coffee monies or tea monies, depending on which go-go juice you prefer. Thank you so much. Happy Tuesday. But yeah, and so I was like, oh, this is kind of weird, but like didn't think anything of it. And then they start, which one did they start with? Oh,
It's lengthening time.
We're starting early. So then the concert started. I think they started with Nausicaa. They started with the score from Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. And they go to start, and it's incredible, obviously, to hear the music live is amazing. Hi, Galloway. Good morning. And then, literally, Joe is in the middle of conducting, and then he steps off the conductor podium, still conducting, sits down at the piano, and then plays the piano with the orchestra for the parts, like the piano parts of the song. So he was conducting and playing the piano at the same time, and it was honestly blowing my mind. I was like, this man is incredible. So that's why the piano was there, because that was his piano to do the piano breaks in some of the songs while he's conducting the orchestra, which is amazing. And then they had, it was the BBC Concert Orchestra, that was the one, and then they had a choir, which is, I guess it's like, I can't remember what the name of the choir is, but I was looking it up later, and the choir, I guess, is like pretty famous, like they're like a world-renowned British choir that's like featured on like pop records, like they're featured on like Noel Gallagher's albums and shit like that, like they're pretty big deals. And then, I don't remember, I'm gonna fuck up the person's name, so I want to get it right. So, there were two singers, like two vocalists. The main one, though, there was this one vocalist, and they were absolutely incredible. I was like losing my mind. Oh, I can't remember what their name is, but they're a non-binary trans soprano, and they were so cool. They come out in a suit, and they have like nose piercings and like a very sort of like, yeah, very like masculine presenting hair and stuff like that. And then they bust out intense like soprano is like the high register opera singing. And I'm like, this is the coolest person I've ever seen in my life. And then, because there was an intermission, and then after the intermission, they did more songs, and another person came out. This was like a woman. And I was like, I'm sorry. Where's the badass soprano? I want the badass soprano to come back. Thankfully, they did at the end, and then both of them like sang together and stuff like that, because I was like, this is the coolest person ever. I need more of them in my life. So that was amazing. Like I said, the other singer was good too, but I think the other singer wasn't like opera trained per se. She had more of like I don't know, like I guess more of like a contemporary voice, which was still amazing. And then they had like different soloists. Turns out the like first chair soloist violin player of the BBC concert band is actually Canadian, and he's originally from Toronto. So, you know, Canada represent. It was weird though, because I had to do some digging to actually find the information about this band, because everywhere, like, there was no program at this concert, and the whole thing was just like about Joe Hisaishi, Hayao Miyazaki, Ghibli experience. Like, that was it. It was giving you no information about any of the performers that he was leading. It wasn't until I read a review in The Guardian about the concert after I had seen it, because I didn't want any spoilers, that I actually got all the information that I wanted. I was like, cool, this is the name of the band, so then I could Google the band and find out. Yeah. And so, yeah, so then I was able to do that and find out all the information and find out about this really awesome non-binary trans singer that I'm just like, think is the coolest person ever. I asked Magic 8 Ball, will I ever be in the Cool Boys Club? The answer was without a doubt. Yeah, I'm sorry. Will I ever be? You already are in the Cool Boys Club. You're already the coolest boy. What are you talking about? You don't need to ask permission when you are the club. Truly. But yeah. And so it was interesting though, because before we started, like I said, we had picked up some merch. Apparently though, because on the way back from the concert, we were talking to some other people who were at the concert, and they were saying, because obviously this was the second night that they had played where we had seen them, and I guess there was a lot more merch at like the night before, but they obviously, because they were only there for 2 nights, they weren't gonna like restock on merch. And so I'm trying to figure out like what the other options might have been, because when we got there were 2 plushie options. So you could either get like a Bo plushie, but like when Bo's transformed into the mouse, so like purple mouse Bo plushie, or a little Ponyo plushie. Then they had CDs, and then they had records, and they had 3 versions of the record. They had like a regular record, they had a like picture stamped record, and then a clear record, and those all had different prices and stuff like that. So I would be intrigued like if there was a program, if that might have had more information on it or something like that. But yeah, it would just, but then of course too, I'm like Googling and they're not giving me any information about what other kind of merchandise was there. But we picked up Bo for Aurora, and then it worked out because yeah, so we got that, and then of course the VIP package, Liam and I both got one, so we didn't need 2 posters and 2 lanyards, so we were able to give those to her as well. So that was fun. But yeah, and then the end, too geeky part of it. Yeah, there's a, to be fair though, cool is subjective, right? Maybe we think that geeky is cool. I'm pretty sure in these parts we think geeky is cool. So actually, the people who thought they were cool weren't actually. It was the geeky ones that were the coolest all along. But yeah, so since we picked up a CD and a record, there was sort of like a track listing on the back, and it looked like because I read that, and then of course watching the concert, it was sort of following a trajectory of like, oh, they're going through kind of an order of this concert CD. Perfect. So they get to the end. The big finale is Totoro, right? So they have like a big Totoro, amazing, everyone's out, and then of course like Joe, he was like the sweetest man. I guess he's like 72 or something. He is the sweetest little man. He by the way, we organize a Studio Ghibli night every Friday till Christmas. Really? Oh my god, did you actually? It's a good idea. It's an excellent idea. That's so good. It's gonna be awesome. Spoopy Skeletons, hello, hello. But yeah, so they did the big finale, they did Totoro, and then anytime there are, trust me, I have seen all of them. But totally, that's actually awesome. You want me to start the entire project? Yeah, we're just gonna restart the entire thing. Saul, would that be a good idea? I'm like, oh, you come in here acting like you're the cross stitch expert? Mm-hmm. hello, sir. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. There are multiple fuck ups on this project, but you don't know. You can't tell. We'll watch 2 movies the last 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a good idea. That makes sense. That'll be really fun. It was so cool because every time there was like a soloist, like I said, there were the musical performers. You can tell. Oh no! Shh, shh. Just keep it. It'll be a secret between us and all 13 of us currently. It'll. But yeah. So after they all performed, he was so like excited about it, where he would like bow and clap and like smile and almost like, oh my god, like you're amazing. And I'm like, you're so appreciative of these people who are able to bring your compositions to life, and that's so cool to see. And then of course, again, big finale. We're like, perfect, this is the finale. You love this project? Yeah. Yeah, we're slowly working our way through. Let's see the official. What's our official tally? We're at 65.7% finished. So we'll see. This is going to be like a wing here. I'm excited because we're actually going to get to use a color I've not had yet on the project, so that'll be fun. It's very cool. What else was I gonna say? Oh yes, so at the end, everyone comes out, and of course it's the big finale, so everyone stands up and gives big standing ovation, right? Because we're thinking like, I think it's both. My brain would want to almost, I don't know, because I have Jack Skellington on my Halloween tree, so it just means you get to watch it twice a year instead of once a year. Yeah. Yeah, actually, you should. If you're doing American Thanksgiving, then you can watch it every month. You can watch it in October, you can watch it in November, and you can watch it in December. Obviously, if you're doing Canadian Thanksgiving, then you have to watch it twice in October and once in December. Okay, brain. I'm currently counting. Boxing Day, yeah. So, okay, I'm sorry. My brain was going a million miles an hour, and then it just suddenly, like, ran into a wall. Give me a second. Yeah, absolutely. Well, if that's the case, isn't there an Easter Bunny in the movie? So again, bring it out for Easter. Just literally watch Nightmare Before Christmas every month, just to cover all your bases. Maybe twice a month if you're feeling it. But yeah, so he was super like excited about everything, and so of course when it ended, we all did standing ovation, clapping for him, because, you know, we're like encore. Not, because again, I've never been to a classical music concert where there's been like encore, so I'm like, this isn't like a rock concert where he has like an option to do those things. But he came out again, and we're like, okay, this is amazing. And then, you guys, he played a song from Hayao Miyazaki's newest film, The Boy and the Heron, aka How Do You Live? And the song was called Tell Me Why, and he played it at the piano, and all of our minds were blown, and it was beautiful and incredible and amazing. And we thought, that's it, that's the finale number. So then we stand up, everybody's applauding, you know, standing ovation, amazing. And then he comes out again. And then it's so funny. It's kind of, you know what I mean? He was being very cheeky because he kept going on and off the stage 4 times. 4 songs, 4 standing ovations. Because, of course, we stand up for the first one. We're like, oh, amazing. He comes off. He comes back again. And the orchestra do another song. They do like a Princess Mononoke one. Oh my God, amazing. And then we're kind of like, okay, stand up. He comes back. And then we're like, it's a dick move if we then don't standing ovation on the very last song. So Liam and I were just like, well, we're committed to standing up for as many encore songs as there are. So luckily we stood up 4 times, but it was fine. It was just really funny, the up and down of it all. And he kept coming out and he was being really cheeky and was kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, Arbor Day too, absolutely. Doors are on trees. But yeah, it was very good. And then of course, so last night Liam and I watched Ponyo because it was really exciting. We were like in the zone about it. And I loved it. It was so interesting though to like hear it again in the film as opposed to like the orchestral version of it. Because it's funny too, because there's even like moments in the songs where I don't even realize that there's a choir, and then listening to it again, I'm like, oh yeah, no, it is there. I don't know, it's just like so immersive that you almost don't even realize like what's voice, what's instrument, what kind of instruments, like the whole thing's just like a journey and a vibe. And so, but it's really fun now to then rewatch the films with like the studio version of the music versus the orchestral concert version. It's fun. Did you actually own the VHS? That's cool. I think I was actually aware of the song What's This before I actually watched Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time. Because I had Disney anniversary, I think they were like 25-year anniversary compilation CDs, and that song was on there. So I knew of the song before I had actually seen the movie. But yeah. Thinking of music. Really? Oh wow, you have the trifecta. That's cool. I didn't realize that you were such a big Nightmare fan. I love that. Oh, I just realized that we are just like in the worst configuration. Let's sort ourselves out a little bit. I guess I am. Okay. There we go. Better, maybe. Cool. Ooh. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, it's one of those where I think, it's one of those where I think you like having, like, there's a desire to exist in that cinematic universe for longer, but then there's a chance that that universe gets tainted by something like that, right? Okay, we're gonna do, this is a color we have used before, but once we run out of this guy, we're then gonna utilize new color on the page. Oh, another thing that I ordered, I think I ordered it yesterday, and it arrived this morning. Oh, was there? I didn't realize that there was a book that was released. Yeah, I've seen the things where they think, where they joke how Frankenweenie, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Corpse Bride exist in the same cinematic universe, and that the dog in each one of them is actually Boo. So, like, in Frankenweenie, that wiener dog, and then in Corpse Bride, there's, like, Scraps, and then there's Boo in the other one. That doesn't check out for me. That I don't find is very linear, because all of the dogs are of different breeds. So I don't think that actually tracks, but everyone's kind of like, oh, the dog is the same in all of the movies or something, and it's like, okay. Yeah. I also think, too, like, there's something nice about a story that, like, just concludes. Like, it's nice to not have to constantly, like, have something lead into something else. Like, stories can exist sort of, like, in a moment, and that's okay, right? Like, I find a lot of the times now, a lot of current films and stuff, like, they don't have a natural sequel. It's almost like once it does really well, the execs just see dollar signs and they want to shoehorn in, like, come up with another plot so that we can milk this franchise for longer. And it's like, was that really necessary, or could this story just be beautiful and exist on its own? But who's to say? Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate, like, I don't know, like, I guess I would call it, like, tertiary media. So not necessarily like, okay, there's a movie that's really good, so let's come up with another sequel, but, like, let's do other things that expand the universe without having to come up with a whole ass new story, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, expensive and time consuming, definitely. Yeah, that would be really weird if they, like, yeah, if they computer, like, digitally animated A Nightmare Before Christmas. Obviously, like, Jack Skellington has been animated digitally, because I think he's in, like, Kingdom Hearts, and he's in, like, other things like that. So he does exist in those different medias. But I think to do, like, A Nightmare Before Christmas thing justice, it would definitely have to be in stop motion. Most increment movie from 25. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's amazing too, though, because, like, there's a lot of, you can tell, like, because it's almost like it has to be a labor of love. And I do find that most stop motion movies are, well, who knows, but, like, from my perspective, they all seem to be pretty critically well received. And I think it just kind of goes to show how much love you have to have and commitment to do a stop motion animation film, because it does take so long. So you have to put your heart and soul into it versus just, like, kind of pumping something out. Because the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio was stop motion as well, and that was beautifully done. To be fair, the film was kind of meh, but the animation was beautiful. After I just said that. To be fair though, he did win, I think he won an Oscar for it. I like Flushed Away. Yeah. Yeah, Wendell and Wild was really cool too. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, Flushed Away. I enjoyed Flushed Away actually, but you're right. It was kind of like an Uncanny Valley thing because it's the same shape as the like Wallace and Gromit characters, but yeah, for them to not be in stop motion is kind of interesting. I think I watched a YouTube video about somebody like dissecting how in the 2000s there were so many like mice and rat related movies that had come out. Coraline was stop motion as well. Yeah. So was Paranorman, which I didn't like as much, but it was still good. I think there's Kubo and the Two Strings is also, it's that Laika animation. Laika is another animation studio that does. Oh, I don't think I've heard of Mad God. What's that one about? Kubo is a good movie. I've not watched it in a while, but I remember really enjoying it. Apparently they're doing a second Chicken Run. Am I imagining that? I feel like I've seen or heard that be announced. I guess that's true. I guess there was quite a few rodent-related characters in animation back then, too. So this is our new color. This is it's like a goldenrod color that we've not yet had in the piece. I think these are the wings of the castle. It's for Netflix? Interesting. Interesting. Dawn of the Nugget. That's a pretty clever title, actually. I appreciate the title. It'll be very interesting to see what that one's about. To be fair, I remember I have to rewatch Chicken Run because I loved like Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I do feel like I saw Chicken Run and I remember not liking it, but I don't know if it's because when I was a kid, like I found it really scary and like bad things, you know what I mean? Like when bad things happen to people, like to the characters, and then I'm like, now I've checked out. Oh, Sweet Lafille, hello, hello, welcome back, friend. Oh my goodness, 2 raids today. We're so lucky. I'm so happy to have you here. Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you were well. Please tell me what you were working on, if you were working on something fabulous or not. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to hear all about it, but I also respect if you need to raid and run. If you guys don't know, my name's Nostalgia Tash. We're currently cross-stitching a Howl's Moving Castle cross-stitch by Stitchy Nova. We also diamond paint, needle felt, chat, all sorts of nonsense. I'm currently talking about how next month in October we're gonna do a spooky haul stream because I've been purchasing stuff and I want to show you all of it, but wait until it all comes. Oh, you're working on your 3 owls again. Oh, amazing. Oh, amazing. I hope the progress of that is coming along well. It's so good. But yeah, we are cross-stitching here today. In and amongst me getting way too excited about all sorts of things. We were a bit late because I was grocery shopping and needed to unload stuff. And then we didn't start cross-stitching until not too long ago because I was too busy excitedly exclaiming about what happened in the last 3 hours that I can't, I can't stitch and talk enthusiastically at the same time. It's a real struggle for me. But we're also talking about stop motion animation right now. We were talking about Studio Ghibli, which is obviously like traditional animation, but still all animation we love, and we're excited about all of the upcoming animations that are occurring. I'm gonna move it up my list of projects and do a bunch of smaller projects first, and then move into my finished folder. Yeah. How's Week House call my name? Truly, I think you need to. It's gonna take a long time, Spoopy Skeletons, but it's gonna be worth it. Yes, please take care of your loud cat. And yes, thank you so much for stopping by and bringing your community. I hope everything goes well for you for the rest of the day. Metal Cat Pixie, thank you so much for the follow. I'm so glad you guys are here. Also, amazing news, guys. We are now over 380 followers. We're so close to 390, which is so exciting to me. I just appreciate you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with little me. Clat. Yeah, I don't know what I said. I guess it was loud and cat, and it happened at the same time, so hence clat. It happens. It happens. It's all good. Words are hard, especially when your brain and your mouth are both operating a million miles an hour and not at the same time. It happens. Oh. So I want some shadow snacks. Okay, shall we get the good goods? Let me go. Where is the puppo anyway? I think he might, is he on the sofa? We'll go see. Let me go find him. Let me go and find him. Hi, baby. Someone wants to give you some Cheetos. Yeah, you gonna come here? Nico. He might be too lazy to get up from the, sofa. Shadow. Here. Oh, there's flowers in the way. Let's see if we can. Shadow. Let's see. Where's Shadow? Shadow, what's this? Hi, baby. Look at those ears. Are you gonna make me come to you? Yeah? Okay. You're gonna make me come to you. Okay. Okay. See? This is from Saul, because you've been such a good boy. Oh. Yeah, is that nice? Say thanks. Yeah, he's like, I'm asleep. Aren't you, bud? We're gonna see later if he'll let me try on his Halloween costume. He might not, though. You could see that. He was like, I'm not getting up for this. You're just the laziest puppy dog in all the land, eh? He's like, yeah. And? Yeah. It's alright, we have some of them here, so if we need to, we can attempt. He might come over later. Or not. Who knows? Oh, because you know how everybody on their streams put like 18A or they'll put like family friendly, but I don't think that we're an 18A stream in terms of like, you know, it's not like an 18 plus, sorry. So we decided a while ago that like, you know, when you think of like movie ratings, I don't know if 14A is one in the UK, but like 14A is sort of like, if you're under 14, maybe adult accompaniment, but if you're over 14, it's fine. So it's the movie rating that I ranked the stream. So that's what it is. But yeah, because I noticed that people were putting like 18 plus in their streams. And then obviously there's all those like different rankings. Oh, 12A. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't realize that in the UK it was 12A. Yeah. Yeah, because some of my friends have like more family-friendly streams, and obviously other people have like 18 plus like adult-only streams. And then of course there's like the content ticks that you put on now. But I looked at them and they're like, may have like extensive, like prolonged use of swearing or extensive prolonged discussions of these things. And I'm like, we don't do that. Like sometimes we talk about sex, sometimes we swear, but like it's not consistent. And so those particular like content warnings don't really seem to apply here. But I figured I needed to kind of find a way to give some people a heads up of like, this isn't gonna be your squeaky clean stream, but we're also not like, I don't know, swearing every 2 seconds, smoking bongs, and like talking about sex all the time. Which there are those streams for that, and that's amazing, and kudos to you guys. But like, we don't do that just because it's not what we talk about. So that's sort of my like, by the way, but like also, yeah, that's the attempt. That's the attempt. To be like, you know, I can talk about all the sex in these books, yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's the British ones. Yeah. So I guess from a British standpoint, maybe we'd be 15. Because we're not 18. I can talk about all the sex in these books you want. Yeah. Every once in a while, Kat, we do get a little scandalous, and it is usually filtered through what you're reading. Though it's so funny because since you've talked to me about Asterion in Baldur's Gate, I'm starting to see like memes of him popping up in my feeds and stuff. I'm starting to see like Asterion being sassy for like 2 minutes and stuff like that, and I was like, oh no, Kat's triggered my algorithm. I'm gonna get all of these. Yep. That's alright though. Bring them on. Bring them on. Yeah. He's your main, right? You've not come across any other ones that are also up there, because I know I feel like the terms we discussed last time was that you know, you were in your Baldur's Gate hoe phase, which I fully support. You know, it's like it's not an IRL hoe phase, because we happily married and wifey'd up, but you know, in a video game, I'ma seduce all y'all. Yes. I'll go after the bear man too. Perfect. Excellent. We're on our way to Halson. Okay, I don't know where that is, but I hope is it a big quest? That's exciting though. Oh, okay, he's the bear man. Gotcha. So you haven't been there yet. You just know. You already know your target acquired, target set on bear man, but you have to get to bear man in order to. Gotcha. I understand. That's always the thing with like fantasy novels and books and like universes where like people will throw out a name and I'm like, is that a place? Is that a person? Is that a potion? You know, is that a spell? Like, don't know. Could be anything. This is actually really bright. I feel like all of the colors on here have been so muted up until this point. Like I have not noticed how bright this gold color is. I'm not mad about it. It's just you don't realize like how it brings it to life. see how much we can get done of this. The cool thing about this is like essentially here to here, or a little bit further down, that's a section, then there's a tiny little section here, so this page isn't actually that big. Let me see where we're at right now. 1, 2, 3, we're currently here. So on this page, we're 37.6% done. So yeah, that makes sense to me. We're about a third done because we did like one section and then we're doing another section with a, that makes sense. Cool, cool. Why is my stomach gurgling? Maybe it's the kombucha. I didn't grab a snack. I'll have to go grab a snack later. But as of right now, I think I'm okay. Oh, did I say so? So one of the other things I ordered that came today was I ordered more silicone skull molds because I told you guys how for the Halloween party I want to make pizza skulls. I think a lot of people for the potluck are going to be doing more sweet stuff, so I'm trying to balance it by trying to bring the savory for the couple things that I'm going to do. But these molds arrived, and they're massive. Like, they're 6 skulls, and that's the same as the one I already have. So I was like, okay, 6 skulls, cool. These are, like, mini cakes. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, they're, like, this big. They're, like... I don't know. So it'll be okay though. It just means that hopefully people will only then need to eat 1 or 2 pizza skulls as opposed to like 4 or 5 in order to like get the same satiation. Is that a word? In order to be satiated, which is fun though. I'm very interested to see how all that's gonna do, like baking wise. Because I do find with the silicone baking things, especially the size as well, like they're going to take a really long time to bake. But I think because if I have 2 kind of larger ones that have 6 skulls in them, and then I have a smaller one with 6 skulls, I think if I make like all 3, if I bake in all 3 of them like every day for a week, I'll easily have enough pizza skulls for the party. Because that's my plan. My plan is to do pizza skulls and then like batch make a bunch and then like freeze them, because then I can reheat them like for the party. But yeah, it should be okay. But it'll be very interesting. I was like not expecting them to. It was one of those where like, and then we pulled them out. We're like, oh no, maybe the one we have is just as massive as this. So yeah, that totally makes sense. Then we pulled out the one that we have, and I'm like, oh, never mind. But it'll be good. Because that'll be happening. So, that'll be happening on the 15th. So I'm thinking, damn, it's only like 3 weeks away. So yeah, this week we already have stream schedule planned. Next week we'll do spooky haul unboxing video stream. And then probably some more crafty crafts. And then I do think like the week of Halloween party, we're just gonna make pizza skulls. All week. Just baking stream all week, but it's the same shit er day. Except for one, actually. The other thing I want to do is make, like, spooky tortilla chips. I was gonna do just that ones, but I have cookie cutters that are, like, of ghosts and pumpkins and, witches' hats. So I'll probably utilize all of those and then cut out a bunch of tortillas. So we'll do that together as well, I think. And that can probably be done on the Friday stream for the Saturday party. Like scheming, like how early can I prep things and ensure that they don't go like stale or off beforehand. But I think the day before it'll be fine. I found out on Hobbycraft, like on their website, you can print out like free coloring pages and stuff. So they have free Halloween coloring pages. I'm going to print off a bunch of those and then set up the spare room to sort of be like a little kids crafty corner, but like low sort of, not like low effort, but low mess crafts, so that if the kids are up there like unsupervised, or it's all carpet, so we don't want like to get water and stuff involved. The only thing I'm not sure about is when, to be fair, I found a couple pumpkins at the grocery store today, but I'm not sure when the like, you know, the bucket of pumpkins like outside of a grocery store, or like when farms start doing like the pick your own pumpkins and stuff, if that's happening soon, or if I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to procure pumpkins before the party. Procure party pumpkins. Say that 12 times fast. Because I still want to do a pumpkin carving station. I think my mother-in-law is gonna bring like vinegar and baking powder and like stuff like that to do like science potion bottles and things. Because my nephew's obsessed with science. And so I think she might bring those. And then that will obviously be set up outside as well. And then we'll have in here, we then move the table to set up all of the treats. It'll actually be really fun when we do the spooky haul video, because Shadow actually has to get involved, because I told you guys how both kids and dogs are invited to this party. And so I bought toys specifically for the party for the dogs to play with, because Shadow's friend Mitch is a toy destroyer. So if I just buy Halloween themed toys for the party, if he destroys them, then it doesn't matter because they were just for the party. We were trying to figure out where we're going to have to hide Shadow's toys so that Mitch can't get to them. And so the only logical place we've decided, or I've decided, because we're going to be utilizing our upstairs a little bit, if we either put them on a high shelf, or we're going to stick them in our upstairs shower, because it has a door that you can close, and currently it's like not in use because it's the shower that has the leak in it. So that'll be a good place to store the toys we don't want touched. But we'll see. So obviously when we do Spooky Haul stream, we're going to have to see if the toys are Shadow approved. But, you know, judging by what a lazy couch potato he is, I don't know how interactive he'll want to be. He'll be like, whatever, just, like, bring them to me and I'll sniff them and then, like, whatever, you know? Puppy's not, he's not, I don't know. I'm trying to think what he's, like, motivated by. It depends. He has to be in the mood. Apparently that's, like, a trait of Salukis and stuff as well, though, that they're, like, they'll do what is asked of them, but, like, in their own time. And honestly, like, I'm kind of the same. I'm kind of the same, so I get it. Do this thing. I'm like, give me a minute. It takes me at least an hour to do anything. Oh, it was so fun. So like I said, we went to go see Aurora and on Sunday, so we could bring her stuff from the concert. And then also, because her son has like additional impairments and stuff, they've worked out that his like range of color he can see is he can kind of see like really high contrasting colors like orange and stuff like that. And he also really reacts to like lights and things. So one time I have this big spooky ghost. It's like I don't know, like a plastic ghost, but when you like, it's motion censored, or you can press a button and it lights up and plays noises. And we turned off all the lights last year and brought it over to them, turned off all the lights and turned it on. And as soon as it lit up, he was like, oh my God, and like followed it around the room a little bit. So I'm always searching for like little toys and stuff that he can then interact with. Because his sort of like range of vision and range of hearing and things like that aren't as like, I don't know, developed or whatever. And so Very, which is like an online retailer in the UK, had this, let me pull it up because it was so cute. And so I sent it to Aurora being like, I'm pretty sure your child needs this, even if it lives at my house and it's just for when he comes to visit. Like, I still think it's gonna happen. And so I bought it the other day, and then we brought it over, and he was actually quite intrigued by it. So it's this like little bat toy, and he's actually a lot bigger than I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna be much smaller. And so he can see, and then the pumpkin lights up. See, he lights up, and then if you look here, there's like a video. And it spins around and then like plays music and lights up and stuff. And so I brought that over for him the other day. Because I think last year too, I was in Morrison's and they had their Halloween stuff out, and I picked him up like an orange teddy and things. So Tasha's on it. Also, you know, any chance I can get to like convert the next generation to be spooky little children like me, then, you know, I'm living a good time. Living my best life. I do the same thing with my nephew. My nephew also really likes Halloween. So we always try to bring the spooky. Though he does ask me, because we have like floor mats that have like a bat on them or have like a haunted house on them. So he'll come over and then he'll be like, why is there Halloween in the house? It's not Halloween. And I'm like, listen, sir, Halloween is every day when you're Auntie Tasha. So I think he stopped asking. It'll be great though, because next time he comes over, it absolutely will be Halloween time. And so he's gonna have lots of spooky things to look at. Right? It's just regular decor. Exactly. I'm like, this is just what my house looks like. Always. Okay, how are we doing? There's like another light color. This is basically like two colors. Oh, there's a couple of accent pieces. That's annoying. Little accent colors are annoying. I almost think we're gonna have to move. Oh, this little nub that's on the bottom of this page is actually part of the foot. Interesting. I might not finish that section and then move over when that's done and then reconnect that afterwards. We'll see. We'll see if I care to count that far. Probably not. Anyways. But yeah, because I think like this wing will finish, and then it's like a good like 20 stitches down where this like last little bit is. So I think I would more rather stitch the section that then connects to that and then go back to it. It's sometimes annoying because then you have to like make sure you don't miss something, but I don't know. I'd rather complete that section more organically than that. Personal time with the code of my car repair. Really? That's annoying. So they're not doing as much as they should. Is he gonna have to go in there guns blazing and demand changes? They're just trying to do... Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah, so he would have intimate know-how of all this kind of stuff. He's like, listen... You're just, I guess, because they're just trying to do it as cheaply as possible, because that's like for like insurance purposes. They don't want to have to shell out more than they want to, which is dumb though. Drop it off tonight and see if it needs. Yeah. Right. Maybe they're just giving you like a generalist quote of like, this is what's gonna happen, and then they're gonna see it and go, ooh, never mind, or like more or less sort of thing. Do you have, like, I guess what they're gonna give you, like, a courtesy car? They're going by photos. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I feel like the photos would only highlight so much. Oh, you're using your mom's car. Oh, okay. That's all right. I remember when my mom got like a brand new Honda Coupe or something like that. Like she bought it, like whatever the year it was we got it, it was that year. And I think she didn't even have it for like 2-3 months before we got rear-ended in it. And it was to the point where like they had to specialty order in the part to fix it because it was literally like a fresh brand new year car that they almost like hadn't finished manufacturing like the replacement parts for all of it yet. And honestly, the courtesy cars that we got were laughable. I think my mom had to change them in like a couple times. The first one, they left us with like, I think the first car, it honestly, I can't remember which one we had first. I think it was this one. We had this car that honestly kind of looked like a hearse. It was so long and it smelled so musty. It was like, I don't know, like they had pulled it out of a river or something like that. And it honestly looked like a funeral procession car. And it was so long and uncomfortable. And then my mom traded it in, and then we ended up with this massive soccer mom van. Like they just had the weirdest cars. There was no like for like car. It was like, let's just give you these random cars that we just have lying around here. And my mom's like, this is not gonna work. I think the van was a little bit more manageable, but yeah, that smelly old hearse was like, what kind of a car is this? Four-wheel truck right now too. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, that would be complicated. Definitely. That would add a spanner in the works of, because that could be the thing too, where they want to try to get your car back on the road as quickly as possible without having to like, yeah, cross a picket line, I guess, in a way. But it's like, if you need the parts, you need the parts, right? It's like you'd rather wait for the actual decent quality stuff in order to make sure that your car's in like decent working order before you put it back on the road. Okay, we're gonna finish this bit of thread, and then I'm gonna go grab a granola bar, because I've not done that yet. And I did not have the biggest lunch, because I decided to run around and procure other things instead. Almost. So this section here, and then there's like a break in it with some other colors. So I don't know. I'll probably, yeah, should I just finish this line and maybe park it, or I should move it forward? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we feel like doing when we get there. really need to cut my nails. I want to prep my nails before Friday. I want to have them like prepped and ready to go. Because we're gonna attempt some glow in the dark ghosty decals. So you know how the last time we did like DIY nail decals? Don't know how we pronounce that. Do we call them decals or do we call them decals? I don't know. Anyway, we did that and they turned out not bad. And so this time I want to try to do that, but I have this glow in the dark nail polish I picked up, and I'm hoping that if I paint my nails white, then I can do the ghosts in the glow in the dark and then put those on top. And then hopefully then just that section will glow in the dark as opposed to like the whole nail. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know what like we're gonna be like drawing with invisible ink, if you will. And so we'll see how that goes, but that's the plan. So I want to prep the nails beforehand. I also really want to cut them because I don't know if you can see, but I almost have like, I don't know, there's like, I can see the layers of my nail. So I just need to like cut all that back and like I just need to be like reshaped, redone, resorted. They're a bit long, and again, because the nail polish is chipped, we're approaching the territory that like one wrong hand smack could break a nail, and so I kind of want to get ahead of that by prepping everything. But we'll see. I need some new glow in the dark nail polish. Yeah, this is like, I picked up a Sally Hansen one. Obviously my dream is to acquire all the Holo Taco versions of things, but right now the budget is not available for that. So we're getting the drugstore versions for now. Oh, yeah, I'm getting to that point too. The other thing I'm having issues with right now is they're getting so long. And again, for some people, this is like not long at all. But for me, when like I'm missing, like I'm having a hard time typing like on my phone, then I'm like, it's time to go. You're getting in the way. Like you're being a pain. And I find that like long-ish nails are helpful with cross stitching because it can help like tease the thread out and like all that kind of stuff. But if they're too long, then they're in the way. There's like a fine balance, at least for me, of them being like long and manageable and long and pissing me off. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I want to do ghosties on all of the nails. I think what I'll probably do is like a similar thing to this, but I'll do an accent nail. I have like an orange glitter polish. That's actually Holo Taco. I have the Zyler, the cat orange glitter polish. So I might do orange glittery accent nail and then glow in the dark ghosty the rest of the nails, but we'll see. Because then I feel obligated to maybe like throw a black nail in there as well. Because like white and orange kind of goes, but I feel like it's almost too bright and need something to mute it. I don't know. We'll decide on the day. We'll decide on the Friday what direction we feel like going in. I also still need to figure out what... I don't know. Again, I'm still not sure what I want to wear to my own Halloween party. I have a dress I need to try on, but again, if I'm gonna go like the cracked doll look, maybe we do that on stream too, just so I can remember how to do it. But we'll see. I don't know. We also have like all of November, so. My nails were never long. They were long enough I could bite them off. Use of short acrylics, but once they came off, I bit my actual nails down. Yeah. Oh, apparently bite them was deemed inappropriate. Sometimes I feel like the auto mod is almost playing it so safe that you're like, calm down. Like, there's just certain terms that they're like, oh, this could be inappropriate, and you're like, nah, dude, like, don't worry about it. Yeah. I redo my nails to help them grow back. Oh no! Oh, that's a shame that they hurt like to crochet because you've bitten them. That's frustrating. Birds are having a domestic outside. Whoop. Okay, let's cross that off. Yeah, thankfully, well, yeah, the only parts of my nail that I'll try and bite is if I get like hangnails, but I find too the hangnails are like so short that when you bite them, it's never like satisfying. It just kind of like smushes them and makes them more difficult to cut finally. But yeah, thankfully, nail biting's not ever been one of my like anxiety triggers or coping mechanisms or anything. Alright, I'm just gonna go grab a granola bar real quick. So, BRB. I'm having issues with my neck. I think like my perpetual like instinct is like, I don't know, my neck tilts up and so I end up like crunching these smaller muscles at my neck and then they end up being sore and I don't like it. Okay, what color are we gonna do next? I guess we can do more of the gold color or we can do more of the pink color. I don't know. That's really random. Yeah. Okay, this is freaking out right now. I wonder if they just didn't want to like disclose what it was. But yeah, sometimes the auto mod comes in too hot and you're like, you can calm down. I do more of this like darker pink color next. Just because it seems to be taking up more of the screen at the moment. Alright. Snack break almost over. That was necessary. Moving on. Okie dokie. I like that one. See, that is hitting two of my loves, Disney and cross stitching. That is, and puns. That's a trifecta right there. I made Lilo upset, so I had to deal with a cross stitch. But brilliant, excellent, 10 out of 10, gold stars all around. I like that one. Truly, yep. That is the sign of a clever comedian. Knows the audience, definitely. Alright, keep her going. Move you, actually. You're in the way. There we go. I decided to check out the new Olivia Rodrigo album Guts today, because I feel like when Sour came out and it was like super hype, like, again, I have a hard time, I never seek out new music. So, but I had listened to a podcast that was talking about it and was kind of saying how it's sort of like bringing back more of like the pop rock that I grew up with as a child. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna check this out and see. And I totally get the hype. Like, honestly, if I had Olivia Rodrigo when I was 13, 14, like, that would have been, those would have been the soundtracks to my youth, absolutely. Like, I definitely think that she's this, like, the same angsty vibes, like, sort of harder, like, rocker, like, rock poppy sort of vibes, a la, like, the Avril Lavigne that I grew up with. It's the same thing. So my inner child was thoroughly delighted that the pop rock sort of torch is being passed on, because there really hasn't been a lot of mainstream music that is instrument heavy. Like, I miss distorted guitars and like real drums and bass lines that aren't just like computer simulated bops and vibes and like whisper singing and like slow grooves and whatever. Like, there's a time and a place for that, but sometimes you just want like your I hate people, F the world, jump around, scream at the top of your lungs in your bedroom kind of songs. And there hasn't really been any of those in a while. So it's very nice to see that niche is being filled. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then I was listening to like a playlist of like pop songs, like it was like pop hits or whatever that had like one of her songs on it. But then again, yeah, a lot of the stuff is not. And I was thinking like, oh, a lot of it sounds kind of samey, but like I feel like, not being funny, the pop punks of the 2000s, all of their music also sounded kind of samey too, but it was the samey that I liked. So sometimes I think that samey is fine if the same that it is something that you're already interested in. It's like the current everything sounds the same is not something I'm interested in, whereas previous all sounds the same is my vibe. Should have half stitched all of this, but that's fine. Oops. Don't tell me you're gonna get stuck around here too. Okay, we're gonna half stitch these guys. Do this, and then we will move back down. Trying to think, I'm like, where, we got, okay, got a little over an hour left. Just scheming like how much I think I'm gonna get done. If we can get like half of the wing done, does that seem doable? Is that doable? A third maybe. I think we're almost at a quarter of the wing. So if we can get to a third of the wing, then that would be a success. Mind you, every stitch is a success because it's about the journey, not about the destination. But also I would like to get this done in a reasonable time. I was saying to Liam the other day that if I do get this done in November, then that means I would have worked on this for exactly a year, because last November 2022 is when we did our Studio Ghibli month, and I actually started this project then. So it would have been a full circle moment if I do manage to finish this before November, or in November, if you will. But we'll see. Oh, a big size from that puppy dog over there. Yeah, I think he's currently like stretched out like a long sort of tube against the sofa. Who knows? At one point we might see a paw appear over the sofa. I'll show you guys if it happens. But I think he's just vibing, which honestly, he does a very good job at that. Yeah, shadow tube. He is tubular. Hopefully though, usually when we get closer to the end of stream, he does come over and investigate, and when he does, we'll see if he'll let us put the pumpkin costume on him. If not, I will be attempting to try it on him after stream, and we'll post photos in the Discord. Is a giant bug in the house that just needs to figure himself out. Oh, speaking of bugs and stuff, Shadow and I went on our walk this morning. We went a different route than usual. And I found a new mushroom species via my Seek app. It identified a new species and actually identified it, as opposed to just like looking at it and being like, it could be this. Let me actually find out what it was. Let me tell ya. Sort of like Scooby-Doo in that they're both dogs, treats, and love shaggy carpets. Yeah, he does. He loves treats, but only very specific treats, which I guess is kind of what Scooby does. But Scooby loves all food, doesn't he? Shadow's very particular. He is like pretentious Scooby. He's very like unsure of what he wants. You sound like a fun girl. Yeah, it's true. I am. I actually have my fungi shirt on. It's my plant identification shirt. It has like a bunch of different edible mushrooms on the back of the shirt. Pictures of them, obviously. Okay, what is the name of it called? It's called a trooping crumble cap, commonly known as a fairy ink cap. And a fairy ink cap is one of the actual ones that we watercolored and turned into a keychain, I think. But yeah, so this is the nice app photo that took. But this is my little baby one that I took. It's a little small cluster of them, and they were just like chilling on the walk, and I love that. So we identified new plant in the neighborhood today, which is exciting because again, I find that the Seek app is really not sure when it comes to mushroom identification, which makes sense because a lot of them look the same. So you need a lot to like really, I don't know, like it needs to be really, really obvious. So when it is obvious, it makes me very happy. There's definitely mushroom for more letters on that shirt. Yeah, that's true. On this side, it says know your mushrooms. Then on the back, it has a bunch of mushrooms on it. Also speaking of mushrooms and or edible things and food and such, I was really excited at the grocery store today because they have the superior squash in stores right now, because usually the UK grocery stores only carry acorns, or not acorn, butternut squash, which is fine, but the king of the squashes, in my personal opinion, is the spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is the GOAT. It is the best squash in all of the land, and they have them in stock at the grocery store, so I picked one up. They're very small. Obviously in Canada I'm used to like real big boys, but if anything it'll be nice. It'll be like a certain like side, like I don't know, like a side portion amount. But yes, I picked one up and I'm so excited because they're so much fun. They're just fun to prep as well. Yeah, I don't know. No, I definitely prefer a squash to a squish, that's for sure. But yeah, spaghetti squash is so much fun to prep because you obviously like cut it in half and then sometimes you even don't. I think my mom knows a way where she just like stabs it a bunch of times and sticks it in the microwave, and then you cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, and then you just take a fork and you just like scrape out the flesh, and then it turns into like little spaghetti strands of yummy squashy goodness. And it's wonderful and I love it. But yeah, I think there was like a couple acorn squashes, and again, there were pumpkins there, and then there were like some like little baby pumpkins. That's how you create a zombie too. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. You stab it a bunch of times in the head and microwave it and then scoop its brains out. Yeah. No, is that how you create a zombie, or is that how you kill a zombie? Step 1 is the killing of the zombie. Step 2, I'm not so sure. But yeah. the scraping of the gourd into little spaghetti smush strands, I guess would track for zombie. Either way, things will go pop. Truly, truly, yeah. Microwave. I don't know what a Mexican wave is. Is that, I don't know what that is. I know you're making a pun, but I don't know what, yeah. Is it when everybody in a stadium does this? Cause I've just been told it's a wave. I've never heard of a Mexican wave before. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this term. Okay, so when everybody like is in a stadium and they go, "Way!" and they do that, that's actually called a, interesting. Aw, Panda God, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Interesting. Yeah, it's just always been just the wave to me. I didn't know it had a nationality or an ethnicity of sorts. Interesting. You learn something new every day. I'm still reeling from the squash chat. What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you anti-squash? Don't tell me, Hellas. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you're anti-squash. Squish squash. Oh! Right. Yes, we're talking about the gourd. Of the vegetable variety. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. Yes, the heated squash debate you didn't think was happening. I was like, I'm ready to have a superior squash soda. And Hellas is like, okay, cool. Double concentrate, single concentrate, summer fruits, black currant and apple, let's go. And then I was like, butternut squash. And you were like, right. Never mind. Ready to throw hands on the side of the OG. Oh, you're not a double concentrate stan? Yeah. You were primed. I appreciate that. I picked up double concentrate today. The only reason I did though was because it came in a bigger container. I can't find the single concentrate in the family pack. At least I couldn't today. But yeah. PTB, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you so much. I'll drink it for the environment. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't like overly strong. Now we're talking about squash, the beverage, aka cordial, aka the thing that Brits use to make juice. Instead of, you know how like in Canada, and I feel like in the States as well, you know how you can get like frozen concentrated soup juice in a can, and then usually what happens is you dump the frozen concentrate in a tub and then you fill it with water and then you shake it and then that makes juice. In the UK, it's liquid flavored sugar that you put a little bit in and then fill it up with water. Yeah. Squash is I guess it's like accessible cordial. Because I feel like cordial's a thing that exists everywhere, but that's like bougie, where you're like, oh, I'm gonna put some elderflower cordial in my sparkling water or whatever, whereas squash is like, yo man, make fruit juice happen. It's a bit more like accessible to everyone. But yeah. I don't know what that means. Gordon, haha. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't like my squash too strong because I find it tastes very like syrupy. And then also there's some audacity of the Robinson's, the brand that makes the squash, the audacity of the fact that they make some squash where they put barley in it. Why are you putting a grain in a liquid beverage, and also specifically the glutinous grain? So they'll be like orange and barley. And I'm like, why are you giving me liquid gluten? Why are you trying to poison me? Like, what the F? The best juice is chopped juice? I've never heard of chopped juice. Explain. Please explain. But yeah, it's rude. So that why would you make juice have gluten in it? That's just dumb. I know beer has gluten in it, but like that's alcohol juice. Don't make like children juice have gluten in it. That's dumb. But luckily there's a lot of ones that don't, but it's a liquid that pours out from meat. That's so funny. You mean it's not the blood that pours out of the meat, it's something else? Amazing. Hey man, if there's one way to get into the spooky season, I guess it's chopped juice way. That would amp up. I was gonna say a bunch of combos of words. That would be. Alternatively, black currant and apple. It is true. Black currant and apple's pretty good. Every once in a while I switch it up though. I picked up summer fruits. It's funny because I'll go through kicks where I'll be super into one flavor. You do orange. I'm hit and miss with orange. I am hit and miss with orange. Now all the animals are bloody drained after sold. Oh, interesting. My friend had summer fruits at her house, and you were like, what is this trash? Oh, yeah. Is it one of those, again, if it's drunk too much, you then are like, that's it, I can't go back. Okay. Something happened. We messed something up, so we need to floss. Or not floss, we need to frog. This has one less of a stitch, and that has one more of a stitch. So we must remove. My sister drank like half a bottle of summer fruits undiluted. And once when she was 4. Oh my god. Oof. Yeah, no, that's wow. Wowie wow. Yeah, well. That would be rough. One of my, yeah, I could see it. I could see that being a less than pleasant journey for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, is that in your top 5? Top 5 worst car journeys? Top 3? I don't know if I like can actually recall like a bad car journey. I'm sure I've had them. I've just never thought about it. The rest mainly involves dogs and just out of time. Aw, yeah, that's fair. Thankfully, knock on wood, Shadow's never been sick in the car, which is nice. Thankfully, we've never had that issue. He still hates, well, I don't know. It's hard to tell if he hates car rides. He just whines constantly in the car. But I don't know if it's like an are we there yet whine or a get me the F out of here whine. I think it sometimes teeters back and forth. Weirder some most don't mind the boot whatsoever. Yeah. No, it's true. One, two, three, 4. That's what needs to happen. So you need another square. I think the biggest thing is like Shadow keeps trying to lean his head over the back seats of the car, but we're getting one of those like grates to go between the back seat and the boot of the car, because apparently like because it's you have to have your dog secured in the car, whether that's with like a doggy seat belt or with a crate or with something. Because we had this dog seat belt, but we found he was really struggling to get comfortable. And then I was like, damn, like, how are we going to secure him in the car? But apparently, as long as you have basically like something stopping, I guess in the event of an accident, the dog like flying through the car sort of thing, you're fine. So we picked up one of those things that basically creates like a cage, like the boot becomes the cage sort of thing. And we're hoping too that then Shadow can't try to like rest his head over top of the back seat. Because what happens is he leans on the back and then he like starts hacking because he's choking himself because he's leaning so hard. Whereas it's like he has enough room to fully lay down in the car, in the boot, and like be comfortable. But I think he like, I don't know, like he's weird about like needing to maybe see where he's going. Like I think he's just really nosy or something. And so we're hoping, obviously, if there's a grate there, he can't rest his chin there, so that'll encourage him. He'll have no choice but to lay down. And then hopefully that will help make car journeys easier for him, because he really doesn't help himself. He stands up all awkward and things, and then you have to go around a roundabout, and then he's like tossing and tumbling back there, and you're like, dude, if you were lying down, none of this would be happening right now. Sir, he doesn't know how to help himself sometimes. He's a little bit silly goose. Hey? 10 out of 10 silly goose, eh, Shadow? He's like, whatever, I'm ignoring you. One, two, three, four. Okay, now we're back in business. We messed up, but we're back. Everything is all good, hunky-dory, a-okay. See, and I bet you guys wouldn't have even known that I had messed up unless I had pointed it out. Oh, so many loud noises. I must want to turn this down a little bit because it's grating on my ear. One, two, three. I think Liam's gonna be going golfing this weekend. He's like arranging it with a friend or something, and then it'll be like, I'll get him to help me take the decorations down, and then he'll go to golf and then come back and the whole house will be decorated. Not the whole house, just parts of the house, but still. I think I need to get more command strips though. I think I'm running low on, especially ones with like hooks. Not that many of the things I need to be like hung up on a hook, but some of them do. But it's annoying too, because like I said, the command strips are okay, but especially in the living room, like, I don't know, I guess I think our wallpaper is like kind of textured. It's like embossed and stuff. And then between that and like the warmth of like when the heat kicks in and stuff, the command strips just fall off the wall. It's a real pain in the ass. Here, look. Little Freddie Mercury strike a pose paw right here. Oh, 2 feet. Shadow throws his hands up in the air sometimes, saying, "Ayo, baby, let's go." Ginger Swirl, thank you so much for the follow. Look at those toe beans. Toe beans from a distance. I told you it would happen. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be fun though, because like I said, we're utilizing the upstairs this year for the party, so that means I get to slowly bring a little bit of the spooky upstairs. I've resisted the urge, so Next and TK Maxx both sell like full-on duvet bedding that's Halloween themed. I've not gotten to that stage yet where I'm like, oh, I think we need a spooky bed sheet. Maybe one day, one year. To be fair, last year, I told myself that this year, the only thing I was going to buy was one of those, like, inflatable things. And this year, I bought a whole bunch, not a bunch, but, like, stuff that I'm like, oh, we're not doing an inflatable this year. So maybe next year we'll do spooky bedding and an inflatable. There's one, though, I don't even know if it would fit in the house or, like, fit outside sort of thing, but it's a self-inflatable, and it's, like, a frame that then has streamers dangling on it and ghosts on either side, and I'm like, I love it, but I don't think it will fit in the yard. Maybe one day. We have like a little section, like a little sort of section in our front, at the front of our house that could probably accommodate one of those like inflatable Halloween decorations, but as of right now, they're expansive. They're like the whole Halloween budget, you know? And I'm like, do I want to buy a bunch of cute little ghosty things at Poundland, or do I want to buy one large inflatable thing? I think I want to buy a bunch of little ghosties from Poundland. Just saying. Not that I'm spending the entire Halloween budget at Poundland. Could you imagine if I dropped the entire Halloween budget? I would be able to get a lot of stuff, but I don't think Poundland has enough. I don't think there's enough at Poundland that could do that. Ooh. I was working more. It was actually really hilarious. It's kind of hilarious. I don't know if it is really. But I was working on the Starry Night diamond painting yesterday while listening to and finishing the audiobook of Howl's Moving Castle. What do you think I'm doing, Galloway? What do you think I'm doing here? Are we not making it happen? We not focusing, getting down to business? Thank you for that, though. Yes, renewed sense of focus. We are stitching away. But yeah, I finished the book. Though I guess I really didn't have a lot left. And again, it's been months and months since I had picked up the audiobook. So I finished it, which was awesome. But then I was like, damn, maybe I have to go back and like listen for a little bit more. I think I got the gist of it though. But it was fun. It was enjoyable. No. No, not a problem. Hey man, if I want to hear the sweet, sweet sounds of Donny Osmond as Li Shang telling me to get down to business, there's never not a good time for that. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. One, two, three, four. Good, because if we get a little bit further down on this line of thread, there's another color that we can sort of, there's gaps in here that we can fill in with that color. I've been waiting to do that until we sort of, just so I don't have to say, I can save myself some of the counting if all of this is already connected, as opposed to jumping so far down and having to count to do it. Yeah, truly, you do. I recommend everybody do what Probacus is doing. Have a Ghibli movie club where you watch a movie every week until Christmas time. I think that's an excellent idea. Liam and I watched Ponyo last night. So good. It makes me so happy. That's like, I think I ranked that one number 3. That's in my top 5. Ponyo's top 5. I was looking back because obviously I did a ranking of like all the Ghibli films, so all 18 of them. But then I was thinking back because obviously when we went to go see Joe Hisaishi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope I am. Hisaishi. That was all just Hayao Miyazaki films. So obviously under the Ghibli umbrella, there's more than just director Hayao Miyazaki films. There's other ones. Spirited Away is my first. I think that's a lot for a lot of people. I think Spirited Away or Totoro are sort of like really big ones. You did Ghibli last night too. Which one did you watch? Amazing. Yeah, let me go back and see what my Ghibli ranking, and I just want to know what I ranked the. Okay. So, yeah, this tracks. Except, Porco Rosso's so good. I feel like Porco Rosso is so underrated. It's actually one of my favorites. Porco Rosso is actually, it rounds out my top 5. So, obviously, actually, there's more than 18. I don't know. Oh, no. Is there, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. There's 23 films. So I don't know where Probacus got the 18, because there's definitely more than that. So I wonder which ones he's missing in that. Maybe the most recent one. And then Ocean Waves was a direct-to-DVD. Or it was a TV special. Oh, Whisper of the Heart. I need to rewatch that one, because that one is, like, touted as being, like, a really, like, iconic one, to the point where there actually is the, like, the shop from the film in Ghibli Park in Japan. Better watch that one. Yeah. Oh, right, yes. Yeah, Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind, that one was made before Ghibli, like, the actual studio Ghibli was created. that was his first film. So I think people have like grandfathered that one in to be considered like the first Ghibli film, even though it was under a different production company beforehand. But yeah, Whisper of the Heart's really good. The one that I love, I actually think I put that one up higher. Where did I put it? Yeah, the one that I love almost more than Whisper of the Heart, because it's so wacky, is The Cat Returns. And it's sort of like a spiritual sequel to Whisper of the Heart, because the character of the Baron, who is the cat statue in Whisper of the Heart that like the granddad talks about with the girl and stuff, he makes an appearance as an actual character in The Cat Returns, and it's just like such a wacky concept, and it's so funny that I'm like, this is underrepresented. Absolutely. Nausicaa's one of your favorite? Yeah. So in terms of like my Miyazaki rankings, they go Howl's Moving Castle, then Ponyo, then Princess Mononoke, Porco Rosso, Spirited Away, Nausicaa, Totoro, Laputa, Kiki's Delivery Service, and then The Wind Rises. I think the other ones aren't his. So yeah, The Wind Rises, guys, I think I need to rewatch it because, again, the music score is so beautiful, but I found that movie so boring. I found it so freaking boring. And so I think I need to. Oh, from Up on Poppy Hill. I don't think that was... Who was that directed by? I have it written down. Let me get my Ghibli spreadsheet out. Saved in my notes. Oh, from Up on Poppy Hill. No, that was his son. So that's Goro Miyazaki. So Goro Miyazaki did Up on Poppy Hill and Tales from Earthsea and Earwig and the Witch, which was trash. But yeah. Yeah, Goro tries, which is really sad because, like, I don't know, they must be like massive shoes to fill. But he just isn't, yeah, he's not up to his dad's standards, unfortunately, which is rough. But yeah, Whisper of the Heart's actually a really good one. That one was directed by Yoshifumi Kondo, and he was actually slated to be the Studio Ghibli successor after Isao Takahata, I think he passed away, and then once Miyazaki retired, he was meant to sort of take the helm, but he passed away really young. I think he was like not even 40 or something like that. He died really suddenly, and so that wasn't able to happen. So he was like this promising young director. Yeah. Who, they were like, oh man, like this guy's it. This guy has it. And then, yeah, unfortunately he passed away. Yeah, he was 47 when he passed away. When he had an aortic dissection, alternatively an aneurysm, which is sad. Because you also think too, like so he passed away when he was like 47, and Miyazaki's like in his 80s. Isao Takahata passed away at 82, and Miyazaki is currently 82. Oh, that's wild. So he's gonna surpass his like production partner in age, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna put Kiki up there. I don't think I've seen Grave of Fireflies. That's the heart tearjerker. Yeah, I am Stitcher myself. Oh, amazing, Panda, that's amazing. Welcome. I always like meeting fellow Stitchers. What's your whip pile like? What are you currently working on? What are you currently stitching? Just imagine some big bear-like guy in Viking beer station. Oh, I love that. Excuse me? I love that so much. That is actually incredible. I love subversion of stereotypes. be a big bear-like guy with a beard. Viking cross-stitch, and also too, when you think about historically, I feel like cross-stitch has been around forever, so who's to say that Vikings back in the day were also not cross-stitching? So it makes sense that modern day Vikings are also cross-stitching. Yeah, Grave of Fireflies is heartbreaking. That one is the only one that's not available on Netflix, and I think that it's strategic on Netflix's part as well, because they sort of push Ghibli films as like family-friendly films, and you can't put Grave of Fireflies in and amongst all of that. It's just not an option. Yeah, that one I had to buy on Amazon Prime when I was doing my Ghibli rankings. But that one was, it's funny because it is heartbreaking and really sad. But I think what has happened is because I was told it's like the most depressing movie you're ever gonna watch. It's sad, it's heartbreaking, it's the worst. Like, it's such a tearjerker that I had like built myself up to being like, this is gonna fucking break me. And because I had going into it an understanding of what that meant, I then wasn't nearly as emotional watching the film as I could have been if I went into it blind. You know what I mean? So I think it's one of those where I built up like, oh my god, this is gonna make me break down and cry so much that it then didn't, if that makes sense. I'm doing 7 Deadly Sin symbols from the anime. Oh, okay, yeah. Super Mario piece and a badge for Vault Tech. Ooh, I love that. I have a few, I haven't started any of them, but I have a few like Mario video game themed cross-stitch patterns in my digital. Exactly, I think that's what it was. I like had hardened my soul before watching the film, which is kind of a shame in a way, because I think I probably would have gotten more out of it. I think it still rounds out my top 10. But yeah, I think I would rewatch it, but yeah. I remember I've never watched the whole thing. I watched some of 7 Deadly Sins. I was watching it. There was actually an ex of mine that was watching it, and then like I watched a bunch of episodes with him, and then I sort of assumed like, oh, maybe this is our series, we're gonna watch it together. And then like the next night I found out he like binged the whole thing and like didn't, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay, never mind, I guess not. So yeah, I never ended up finishing it, but I'm aware of 7 Deadly Sins. I'm aware of like some of the characters and things. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. But yeah, that one I'm aware of. Trying to think what else. Actually, now that I think about it, I think next month, I think they said it was the 7th or the 9th or something, the second season of Spy X Family is going to be coming out. Again, I don't know if that's, it makes sense, on a Monday, yeah. It premieres on a Monday sort of thing, so maybe it's the 9th. I don't know if that's an international thing or if it's only in like America and then it'll eventually come over to the UK, because the UK is really bad at, not really bad, I guess it's just the way it works, that UK movie dates are always like 6 months after everyone else, which is so annoying. But yeah, hopefully, because I really enjoyed that series. I kind of want to rewatch like the first couple seasons of the animated One Piece, because obviously like we watched the live action version recently and it was so good and I'm obsessed with it that it makes me want to revisit the other seasons. Liam and I never finished One Piece though. It sort of got like really repetitive once like Robin joined their crew after being like one of the big bads. I was like, I don't know, we sort of like lost interest a little bit. But I would like to get back into it. I guess I could just start watching it. I don't have to watch it with Liam. I could just be like, I'm gonna watch One Piece. I was rereading the manga and saw the anime. Yoo-hoo. Hey, Frankie and Brooke are cool too. Are these related? Are these One Piece characters? Again, it's been a while, so it's going right over my head. Unless you're talking about Spy X Family. Because yes, I remember it was a manga first and then it came out. I'm like, I'm such an amateur weeb, you guys. I don't know. I'm only vaguely aware of things. I'm a wanna weeb. It's like a wannabe weeb. I'm a wanna weeb. Not full-blown weeb, but like aspiring. I'm an aspiring weeb. Frankie is a cyborg and Brooke is dead. Are those One Piece characters? What anime are we talking about? Because if that's, I think I know who you're talking about. I don't know if I don't think I got to that part. If it is One Piece, and it is the person I'm thinking about, yes, that's like the skull person, right? I don't think I got that far in the anime that when they joined the crew, you know what I mean? Like I said, we just stopped watching after Nico Robin joined the crew, and I think that they're later on after that, is my assumption. Because I keep seeing, obviously because I watched the anime and I like interacted with some of the posts, now the algorithm's like, you love One Piece, and it's sending me all this shit, and it's like from seasons much later than the ones that I've watched, and I'm like, I don't know who these people are. And here's the crew in Water 7 as a ship. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I think my favorite character of the ones I've seen so far, like I said, I don't know how many seasons it was in, but I like Chopper. I like Tony Chopper. I think he's wonderful. Yeah. Hi, Kay. Yes, vague. Yeah, One Piece talk. Just like anime talk in general a little bit. But specifically right now, One Piece talk. Brooke ate the devil's fruit called the immortal fruit. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, Chopper is adorbs. I've also seen too, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but his like, I can't, again, it's been a while, but like his like master, like the person who was training him medically, was her name like Karina or something like that. I keep seeing people wanting Jamie Lee Curtis to be cast in the role for the live action adaptation, which would be hilariously badass. We'll see what happens though. It's been like a pretty sort of diverse character cast of like people that are not like big like blockbuster named actors and stuff like that. So I don't know if they would do something like this or if they would try to stick with like more sort of character actors, more sort of unknowns and things, especially I guess because she only is in it for a certain amount of time, but like the other ones, they almost want them to like embody the characters for as long as possible. But yeah, I think that would be cool though. Problem was he could not find his body as he came back, and as he found it, he was hurt. Right. Okay. That explains his skeletal appearance. Gotcha. Apple's on the move. Are you gonna come and see me and we're gonna try on your Halloween costume maybe? We'll see. Oh, no, he's just moved to the other side of the sofa. Yeah? Do you just move to the other side of the sofa, eh? Fair enough, Mr. Man. Oh, it's so hard being a dog, isn't it? Such a tough life of napping and snoozing and napping.
Everything is mediocre. Is it in my head? You really think it's cool?
Yep, that's still good.
Is it in my head? I wish that I could see it through. Wish I finished what I do. Even when I'm
Once we get to the end of this line, we'll then switch to another color and fill in some of these gaps up here. Told them saying definitely had a Harley. Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. Were they just most forlorn puppy dogs? I'm sure between the walks and the pets and the treats and the playtime, just so tough. So tough, eh? Oh, oh no. They're like, we're wasting away. Oh dear. They were both like, the audacity of this human. Though I'm sure as soon as you had given them what they wanted, they were like, that's fine, all is forgiven, bestest buddies in the whole wide world. Aww, yeah. Yeah, Shadow just whines at the foot of the stairs. Luckily he was pretty good, because usually what happens is he's sparkled on the sofa. They're okay, of course. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing's worse than when you feel like you've let an animal down. Truly. Yeah, it is a very yucky feeling to be like, I'm sorry, I'm a piece of shit, I'm the worst thing ever. And they're like, all is forgiven. It's fine. But you like carry that with you. You're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm the worst. And they're like, I love you. And you're like, okay. But yeah, Shadow does this thing where he'll be like totally sparkled on the sofa when we're going to bed. And we're like, okay, dude, go outside, go to the bathroom. And he's like, nah, I'm asleep. And then we go to bed. And then like literally like an hour later, we'll hear him get up, hear him take a drink of water, and then whine that he wants to go outside. But a few nights, what'll happen is I will like go to bed and then he'll wake me up like a couple hours later. Luckily this time, I wasn't even like fully asleep. I was just lying in bed and I could hear him rustling and I'm like, it's gonna happen. So at least he had the decency of getting me to let him outside before I actually fell asleep. That was nice of him. And then he was asleep the entire night until he came to snuggle in bed with Liam at like 7 in the morning. Which is like a usual time for him. on this page progression. Got about 10 minutes left on the stream today. Where we at? We went, last time I checked, we were at like 37% complete. We're now at 50.8. So we're over halfway done this page now. Didn't take much. We are crushing it, guys. Okay, let's now switch over to this color. I have an app. Let me cue this up. So it is a program, a digital program called like Markup RX that's on my tablet that has the pattern on it. So as I mark things up on the pattern, there's an info section, and then it lets me know like all of the stitches I've done so far, what I still have left to do, how many are sort of in the project, and how far I've gotten, and then it'll also tell me the actual pages. But yeah, so it has little stats on there. So we've done, what is it, 15,877 stitches so far. And there are 23,881 stitches left. We have done 189 stitches so far. Not bad. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a good little project or program. Okay, I'm stretching. Yeah, homie check. Absolutely. Everybody, make sure you drink some water, check your posture, do some stretching. This is the Probacus hourly health check. Make sure you relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Just, you know, take a little stretch, walk around if you need to. Do some head spins. If you've been staring at a screen for a while, maybe stare out the window for a little bit. Stare far away. Just give your eyes a break. All that fun stuff. Yeah, for 20 seconds. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Stare far away. Yeah, I've heard you almost have to do it like a clock. So if you like pretend that your eyeballs are like doing a clock, so you go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then go backwards. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ugh. There you go. Eyeball health check. Alright, let's see if we can't get all of these guys finished before the end of stream. Yeah, we will. We'll run through it. we'll go through, we'll update it. We'll update the checklist. We'll condense it into one soundbite. It'll be the health check. And then we'll stretch, we'll do our posture, we'll take a drink, we'll look away from the screen for 20 seconds, we'll do our eyeball rolls. Jeez, this health check's getting longer, but it's only gonna like it'll only take a few minutes every time. I feel like that's what happens to a lot of people when they like are staring at a screen all day, and it does only take a little bit of your time to sort of do those checks and balances, but a lot of times we're just like in the middle of stuff or in such hyper focus that we forget. Yeah, it's not more than like 2 minutes an hour. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, it's true. It prevents you from stiffening up as quickly as you might have done if you just sort of went ham all the way through. Whoa. Could you lose 20 minutes of your 10-hour workload for sure? Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the thing, because it's like, you need to be... Rest is just as important for your ability to be a productive, functional human being. Rest is a factor in that. Yeah, true. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if we're doing marathons, then we gotta train, right? We're not. I always think about that. You know, people do that. People do like subathons and they stream for like 12 hours or something. I think about that every once in a while, and I'm like, I might die. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if it's something that I'm capable of. That, or there'd just be so many breaks and you guys would just be staring at a be right back screen for like a half hour at a time. And that seems like not fun. You know what I mean? I could never. Exactly, right? Yeah, I don't know how people do it. It would literally be like, I'm gonna take a nap, guys. Like, have at it. Excuses. Oh, okay, Probacus. Oh, okay. Is it exclusive or am I setting healthy boundaries for success? I know my limits. Know your limit, play within it. I know it's a gambling awareness ad, but it's also true in this instance. Know my limit, stream within it. It's what I do. Love ya. We push for more. Yeah. That's what you've been training me for, Probacus. It's all part of your master plan. Get me streamathon revved and ready. Could you imagine? I see through your plan. Mwahaha! It's been foiled. Nostalgia Tashathon, yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that I think people will do that. Or, like, that is something that could be, like, doable. But it would have to be, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would consider doing things like that once we get... Like, I know somebody who did a 24-hour stream. I don't think it was a subathon, but it was a stream because they had gotten to, like, 1,000 followers. And so it's like, okay, yeah, if we could do something like that, like, if we got to, like, 1,000 or whatever... I've been coaching you since May. Yeah, no. Nice try. But yeah. I think, what is it? I normally stream for like 3 hours at a time. So maybe if we ever did like a longer stream, it would be like a 6-hour stream. Scandalous, you know? We'd have to build up to it. I don't know what I would do for 6 hours. I can't craft for 6 hours. I think my hands would fall off. Can we have a Liam debut? Oh, he would hate that. He would hate that. He likes to be the man of mystery. He's international man of mystery. You will hear of him, but you will never see him. He's like a ghost. Spooktober 24-hour stream would be fun as hell. Again, I don't know what we would do, though. He would hate that for you, yes, but for stretch goal of 500 subs. Could you imagine? Yeah, you think so? I'll have to ask him. I'll ask him how many subs I need to get in order for him to make a screen debut. Yeah, Liam debut, but his debut is in a mask or a costume. That's fair. Yeah, he can debut in a Halloween costume. Sure, maybe he would do that. Spooky things for 24 hours. What does that even mean? Do scary crafts. Yeah. What's Pharma Flask? What's he saying? What's he saying? I've heard his real name is Channing Tatum. Could you imagine? Nah. Make spooky treats? That's true. I think the thing too is like the mobility of it all. So I know people will do like, yeah, because we could do baking and then we could do, yeah, possibly. 8-hour pre-planned. Okay, interesting. Perhaps. Okay, I'm sorry. Has Probacus suddenly become the Twitch agent? Are you my Twitch agent? Look at you scheming. You're like, I am now the Twitch media manager. This is what we're gonna do. This is the plan. This is what's gonna happen. Each sub would add 3. Yeah, I've seen people do that where they add time. I would consider it. I don't know if it would be for spooky. I think maybe how about this? If we get to 500 subs by the end of the year, I'll consider an 8-hour stream. Pre-planned. And that would be okay, because if it's at the end of the year, then that means it's like, I don't know, Christmas season. So we could do something. We could make a whole ass roast dinner in 8 hours. We'll see. But that's the thing. I think like when you do big things, I feel like I do them based on milestones, and I feel like the next milestone is like 500. I think Chris had COVID a few weeks ago, but his little weird Greek island genes prevented the worst bit of it. Oh, really? That sucks. Yeah, if he's gotten more the whatchamacallit, just like the long COVID, like tiredness and lethargy. Is that how we say it? Lethargy? Lethargicness? That sucks. Oh shit, guys, it's 6 o'clock. Whoops. Spooktober for 6 hours for 200 subs. Sounds like a nice monthly goal. Okay. $200 subs honestly seems nuts. Considering that I have like 17 right now. I think the most I've had is like in the 30s or whatever. I've never cracked 100 subs. That seems like an incredible goal. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. How about that? We'll think about it. Let's see. Let's see. After the Halloween party for sure. Guys, did you know that Halloween is on a Tuesday this year? Halloween's on a stream day this year. That feels... Okay, that maybe changes things. It's like kind of necessary. Yeah. Okay, we'll think about it. We might have to do like Halloween spooktacular stream. Maybe. I'm gonna think about it. I'm intrigued. Are we doing a costume? I have like my go-to like goth girl dresses that I can either turn into like a Wednesday Addams or like a cracked doll situation. I've not made like a proper costume in a long time. I really want to make a Princess Mononoke costume. But I don't have the time right now. I think it would be more like a next year cosplay or just like a cosplay in general that I would wear next year. That's my goal. Yeah, if we are well and it goes swell, then why not? Perhaps. All right, you guys, stop filling my brain with ideas. If anyone has any raid suggestions, let me know. If not, we will go see which ones of our friends are currently online. Let me cross off what we've done. It's really funny because I feel like this year, because every year I've been like away or doing something on Halloween, and this year I was even thinking like, oh, maybe we'll finally be able to like hand out candy to trick-or-treaters. Not that I think very many come around our like neighborhood and stuff, but we might be doing a big ol' stream instead. Oh, Pottery Dojo's streaming again. Yeah, we can go see them. We've not gone to see them in a while. Let me just finish these. Oh yeah, LL Coolib's doing Labs. I always worry that because I think LL Coolib starts streaming before me, and so I think last time we streamed into them, they were just about to raid into them. They were just about to raid out, and I made them stick around so much longer. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's just check where are we at right now. So on this page, we are 53.3% done, and on the total project, guys, we are 66.6% finished the project. 666, the number of the beast, in time for spooky season. We just hit a spooky milestone a week before on Halloween Eve. We've hit the number of the beast. That feels very, you know, that feels right. That feels right. That feels prophetic in a way. I'm proud of us. Amazing. Amazing. Exactly. Wow, check us out. Yes. May spooky hellfire rain down, but like politely and like chillin' nicely. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go see Pottery Dojo. Ooh, they're doing bonsai pots. Let's go to their page. Everything is taking its sweet time to load. Oh, did they just finish? Oh no, I think they finished their stream already. Okay, let's go see what LL Cool is up to. I think they just went offline. Watch LL Cool be getting ready to leave too. If not, we can go see Sutherland, because Sutherland is online. They look like they're in the middle of stuff. And I also think that they're making pumpkins. They're doing spooky things, and so this feels appropriate. Okay. Off to go see our fabulous friend LL Cool Libby. There is them in case anyone gets left behind in the raid. This is the raid message. And then we'll go and LL Cool Lib. Let's start the raid. And I will see you guys back here on Thursday when we're going to be doing some more diamond painting and I guess continuing to scheme possible spooky stream ideas. But until then, have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye!